Does this mean that we could possibly getting Thundercats in their natural environment? Bruh. Hey guys, Jay! Welcome back to the channel. Holy crap, guys. Super7 is literally just killing it. I can't believe this. Yesterday, we found out about a leak which showcased the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon Ultimates figures. That was nuts in itself. And today, Super7 just decided to drop a bombshell on us and introduce Thundercats Wave 10. Oh my god, guys. This is absolutely nuts. Let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly who was announced today on Super7.com. Guys, I for one am actually blown away at several of these characters, but one in particular really gives me just an eye-opening experience, because there's a possibility, a very slim possibility, that we might see Thundercats in their natural state. Bruh. Let's have a look. Oh my gosh, guys, Super7 is just killing it right now. Yesterday, I reported on the fact that there was a leaked set of Dungeons & Dragons figures for the Ultimates line, and today, Thundercats just continue to bring... The Thundercats community just went absolutely gaga over this brand new news. I want to give another huge shout out to Alejandro Valdez. I mean, this guy is literally keeping me on top of everything today. Huge thanks, Alejandro. I really appreciate it. He sent me this link to our good friends over at Thundercats Classics, who just posted this amazing article. Guys, check it out. Heading over to Thundercats Classics, that's right. According to Thundercats Classics, the cat is out of the bag. Presenting Wave 10 of Thundercats Ultimates, Young Lion-O. Yes! That's freaking awesome. Snarfer, a little bit of a disappointment for me there. I'll get to that in a minute. Quick Pick, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting Quick Pick at all. And Mumra, the Dream Master. Wow. Crazy, crazy reveals today. Let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was announced on Super7.com. This is absolutely bonkers, everybody. Heading over to Super7.com. Thundercats! Ho! Scrolling down from the top, we see the Thundercats Wave 10 has been announced. This is nuts, everybody. Oh my gosh. First figure in the wave is, of course, Mumra, the Dream Master. This is crazy, everybody. Now, I have to admit, I am not that certain which episode this actually comes from. Let's take a quick look at the synopsis. If he can defeat them in dreams, Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master, can cast the Thundercats' dream selves into a whirlpool of infinity. Be rid of them forever. So that's what it was. I totally forgot that episode. I'm going to have to dust off all my old DVDs and watch the Thundercats all over again, because this guy looks cool. He really does look amazing. There he is, the Dream Master. Holy crap. He's cast in that translucent plastic, which a lot of companies are using, particularly Super7. They did the same sort of treatment with Jaga, of course, which we just got in many collectors' hands. And of course, they did the very same treatment with characters like Invisible Tigra. Absolutely stunning. Here he is in his translucent form, and he looks amazing. This sort of gives us a glimpse into what Translucent Lion-O would have been if we had picked him up for the Cat's Lair crowdfund project. Unfortunately, we didn't reach Lion-O, but now we get a consolation prize with Dream Master Mumra. Oh my gosh, he really does look impressive in these different colors. I really do love the translucent blues, that crazy sash that he always wears in its translucent appearance, and of course his head sculpt. Man, this is crazy. The blast effects look great. Everything about this character is just amazing. Here he is in this crazy looking package, and I really do love the way they've done this. It's got all that green electricity, which of course Mumm-Ra is known for using, and those ancient spirits of evil. We see the entire pack out here in its glory. This is just crazy. Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master. This ain't Nemo, guys. Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master, comes with everything that you see here. He comes with two swappable heads, very similar to his original pack out. The first head, of course, is his screaming face, which everybody is so accustomed to for Mumm-Ra. And the other one is more of a sort of stoic face. I guess that's the most stoic Mumm-Ra will ever be. But he does have that grimace on his face and his sneer in his lips. It's amazing. He has those 4 canopic jars, possibly filled with dreams of the Thundercats. I believe that has something to do with it. Somebody can remind me in the comment section below if I'm wrong, which I probably am. Of course, the character himself, which looks absolutely stunning. He comes with those blast effect hands, and I do believe that these are actually fully attached. If you can detach these blast effects, it still is an amazing look for pointing fingers, as everyone likes those. We do have 2 fists which are attached to the character, 2 gripping hands for additional accessories, which have probably other ones that come with the original Mumm-Ra release, and of course the 2 splayed hands. This is amazing, and of course we do know that Mumra is a huge character. I do have to admit, the pack out is a bit thin compared to other Ultimates releases in the past, but this being translucent plastic and for the size of the character himself, absolutely stunning. Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master, is a whopping $75 US. The pre-orders close on Sunday, February 11th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. I will have links in the description below where you can pick this up on Entertainment Earth, as well as pre-order them on other fan channels. Let's take a look at the next figure. Wow, guys, it's Quick Pick. Oh, this is crazy. I definitely was not expecting Quick Pick. This is a great character. A bit of a deeper cut, kind of. If you are a Thundercats fan, you know exactly who this guy is. But for casual fans, he might just go under the radar for most of you, because Quick Pick really was one of those characters who sort of only appeared in 1 or 2 episodes, and he is a thief. That's exactly why he's called Quick Pick. His appearance here is absolutely amazing for Thundercats fans, because he really was in a wonderful episode which introduced Mandora, the evil chaser, as well as other characters like the Living Ooze and some more additional most wanted criminals in the galaxy, which I hope we will get soon. Quick Pick here looks amazing. He looks sort of like a mantis, a praying mantis, or maybe even a grasshopper. That little almost Robin Hood-like hat. He almost looks like he's come out of some sort of, Disney film. I could totally see him in Robin Hood or, one of those other cartoons. He looks amazing. What really differentiates Quick Pick from other sort of anthropomorphic characters is his robotic arms. He does not have any organic limbs. As a matter of fact, he himself might actually be some sort of android. It's interesting to see that in the Thundercats universe, this is actually a thing. His hands are these pincer type of armatures, and they are so delicate and so precise that he can literally pick the pocket of Lion-O, taking away his claw shield as well as the Sword of Omens. But not only that, he was able to take away Snarf's purse along with his lucky Jocka penny. That, of course, was a shock to everybody. I love the attire he has. It's got this huge scarf just slung over his shoulders. The cloak that he wears, almost magician's robe in its appearance. Harry Potter, anybody? And we can see that one of his sleeves is actually ripped, while the other one is a full length all the way down to his cuffs. Moving down further, he does have those crazy silver boots, and really give that final appearance, considering his pincer hands are of course made of silver and his boots are much the same. I guess we'll find out whether or not these are silver paint, or could they perhaps be vac metalized. I guess we'll have to see. Quick Pick comes in the standard packaging, comes with everything that you see here. Looks like he comes with 3 swappable heads, a very stoic face, no real expression, it's kind of like blank. He does have the hat along with a more jovial face, kind of like happy if you will, and he comes with a version without his hat. We can also see his antennae on the top of his head. He also comes with a removable hat, Snarf's purse, the key to the jail cell where they were being held by the Muktuks, several sets of pincer claws, which of course are his hands, a more open hand, slightly opened, and of course closed. And I always wonder why they have an additional set of closed hands, but we found out later that these actually articulate left and right, depending on the set that you have attached. Looking at this version of the rendering, it looks like they might be vac metalized, but again, we have seen in the past that this can also indicate a more pearlescent silver paint. The next figure in the line, fan favorite, Snarfer, everybody. Now, this one, of course, much like the way Snarf was a little bit of a kind of, oh my gosh, why did they do that kind of moment? Yeah, they're releasing a really, really small character for the same price point as larger characters, $55 for Snarfer, but he does seem to come with quite a few accessories. Let's take a look at Snarfer right now. There's Snarfer in his pod. He looks absolutely adorable. He's got those Bubblegum Crisis type of helmet. I love it. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, look up Bubblegum Crisis. You guys are not going to regret that. I love the visor that's attached. Really giving this tactical feel, actually. And he looks more serious with this particular head sculpt. He has a very similar body to Snarf, but of course, he is actually a few inches shorter than Snarf. So it'll be interesting seeing these two side by side. I really do love the pod that he comes in. It's almost Dragon Ball Z-ish, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It looks literally like a Saiyan type of pod from the inside. And from what I can recall, it is sort of similar on the outside too. Very interesting. Could this mean that we're possibly going to get a Thunder Pod as well for a vehicle? That would be a lot of fun, I think. It does look amazing on the inside. Love all the details as well. Snarfer comes in this standard packaging. There's a lot of things to really love about this character, but again, for the size, it is going to be one of those points of contention for a lot of fans who are going to be picking up this character, but you cannot be without Snarfer if you are a true Thundercats fan. Snarfer comes with everything that you see here. He comes with a replaceable tail, a fire extinguisher branded with a Thundercats symbol, 3 swappable head sculpts, a standard face for Snarfer, which is really happy. I love that face. A sort of worried expression, and of course, his helmeted head, which has a really fierce determination in his face. I love it. He also comes with a thumbs up hand, 2 slightly gripped hands, more splayed out hands, and a pointing finger. That's really neat. He also comes with a snack. I'm not sure if it's candy fruit. It sort of looks like candy fruit. And of course, unlike Snarf, his body actually has this sculpted sling along with a belt and a pouch, which he's always well known for, really helping to differentiate the two of the characters. We do know that he is smaller than Snarf, so this is going to be interesting to see how they get along. He also comes with a wrench and 3 cufflinks. I believe this is when he was actually imprisoned in one episode. This one goes around his tail and the other 2 go around his wrists. Can't wait until we get Snarfer into our collections, everybody. The next character is one I think many of us were not expecting at all, and this one literally blew our minds. The previous day, Super7 teased this image, which many Thundercats fans know exactly what this is. This is the pedestal which was displaying the Sword of Omens in the flagship, where the Thundercats using to escape Thundera as it was exploding. The episode Exodus showcased all the Thundercats in their natural state, and this was the ornamental display that held the Sword of Omens in its glory. This was unfortunately lost in the ship's crash when it landed on Third Earth, and many fans were wondering what this was. I myself thought this might have been a full-size replica of the Sword of Omens in its dagger form, but today it was confirmed, as many of us had speculated, that this actually was a tease for something even better. Yes, indeed, guys. Young Lion-O has been announced. Holy crap, this is probably one of the deepest cuts. Let's take a closer look at Young Lion-O. There he is, everybody. Now, Young Lion-O was actually never in any scenes with a backdrop like this, which is kind of interesting that they actually showcase him here, especially considering they showcased This version of Lion-O looks like he's practicing and may actually be an homage to an episode where the Thundercats actually shrank down in nature, and we saw kids' versions of the Thundercats, which was awesome. Now, Lion-O did not actually shrink in that episode, but it's interesting seeing him here in this environment. I love the head sculpt. I love the fact that he can hold the Sword of Omens. This particular Sword of Omens, the eye is open. Lion-O really does share the sort of same body type as the Thunder Kittens. This is going to be a real prize for any Thundercats collector and a must-have to complete your collection. Lion-O comes in the standard packaging. I'm curious to find out if they'll still include any slip covers on these particular packouts, as the most recent version of Chitara, Glow in the Dark, did not actually have a slip cover. Young Lion-O comes with everything that you see here. He comes with 3 swappable faces, a more stoic face, a somewhat happy face, and a more determined face. There is one more sort of look which I was expecting, and I'm going to get to that in the next section because there is a bit of contention on that, which I will get to in a second. He also comes with the ornate stand, which does hold the Sword of Omens, and I do love the way it looks. I've been waiting to finally see this realized in action figure form ever since I was a little kid. He also comes with the dagger form of the Sword of Omens, as well as the full version of the Sword of Omens. He also comes with a multiple set of hands, 2 fists, 2 gripping hands, and more splayed out hands. The ones he has are actually more relaxed. Lion-O looks absolutely amazing, and I can't wait until we get him into the collection. It looks like Super7 is trying to encourage people to pre-order on their website because they have the entire full set of 4 figures in Wave 10 as a set, and as a bonus, if you order from Super7 directly, they have a special super pack as they've released in the past. This super pack includes 4 additional heads for Wave 10, a truly pissed off head for Mumra, another absolutely scowling face for Snarfer, and a more, I'm gonna say it's a little bit more determined, a little bit more pissed off, you can actually see a little bit of his eyebrow here frowning down. But the one face which is kind of disappointing for me, honestly, is this upset face for Lion-O. I mean, if we look at Lion-O here, he already has a somewhat determined face. And it's fine. I don't really have any problems with this version of his head. This version of the head, although it is more, sports, I suppose, snarling, that really doesn't have anything more special to do than the other 3 heads in the collection. And I think it's a missed opportunity, to be honest with you, that this doesn't have glow-in-the-dark eyes. That, to me, is probably the most missed opportunity right now. But anything additional is always a good thing. And the fact that you can pick up the super pack by ordering the full set of Wave 10 is pretty special in and of itself. Guys, this is absolutely amazing. What a shock seeing all of these characters finally unveiled for Thundercats fans. This is absolutely amazing. I can't wait until we get these into our collections. The pre-sale on Super7.com and Sunday, February 11th at 11:59 p.m. Heading over to Entertainment Earth. Yes, indeed, everybody. Thundercats has been posted on Entertainment Earth along with the Dungeons & Dragons Ultimates figures. They're now up for pre-order. I will have these links in the description below so you can pre-order them now on Entertainment Earth. It does help out the channel, guys, and I really do appreciate it. And don't forget to use code WINTER79 to save the shipping on all orders over $79 and more. Super 7 continues to make waves, everybody, in January of 2024, and I can't wait until we add these to our collection very soon. Oh my god, everybody, this is nuts. I mean, Super 7 is really hitting it out of the park these days, and on January, of all things, where Toy News is supposed to slow down a little bit, they are really ramping it up. I mean, yes, the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon Ultimates were a bit of a leak, so, that in and of itself is not exactly an announcement, but this announcement has really brought Thundercats fans to a standstill. They are absolutely gobsmacked, especially myself. I can't believe we're actually getting young Lion-O, a character who's never, ever been released in action figure form, and really has a lineage all of his own. And, in a lot of ways, this opens the door, maybe, for the original version of the Thundercats. I really don't have too much hope for that, but it is interesting looking at the history of the Thundercats and where they came from. Because, their natural state, of course, they did not need any protective clothing. All the wise words of Jaga. I really am excited about all these characters. Snarfer, amazing figure, a little bit small on for my taste, but I really do love the character and he's a must-have. Quick Pick, man, what an amazing deep cut. And of course, Dream Master Mumra. That's crazy, guys. The big standout character in this line, of course, is young Lion-O, but I can't wait until we get all of these figures into our collection. Guys, let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts about this announcement for Wave 10 of the Thundercats? Are you guys going to put your hard-earned cash down for the Thundercats Wave 10 on Super7.com, taking advantage and picking up the extra 4 heads, which are exclusive in this pack out? Or are you sort of okay with the heads and you don't really necessarily need them, and you'll be picking them up on fan channels like Entertainment Earth? Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out. And if you're in the position to help out the channel, please consider checking out my Patreon page. It's Mega J Retro on Patreon. Guys, the patrons and channel members of this channel help me make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do it without them. They are the best. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. It really means the world to me. Guys, I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Thundercats! Ho! Good journey. Geek proud.